Hello everyone, this is Scott from Ink Products. In this video I'm going to show you how to install our continuous ink system for the Maxify MB 2720. This will also include other MB series. When you first get the printer, this is actually a brand new out of the box. So we tell you when you first get the machine, there's a small piece of plastic that you have to remove. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So you'll need a flat blade screwdriver, and what you're going to do is, I'm going to zoom in here. It's located about right in the center there. So with a flat blade screwdriver you're going to separate, there's two tabs in here like we show in the instructions. Just going to take your time though, you don't want to rush it and break the printer. But there is two tabs in there. Now it's not that easy, but it will come out. So what I did is I popped it down like that. And popped it out. And it comes right out. Looks like this. Just you need to get out of the way so you can install the hose bracket. I'll get into that later on in the video. But you need to remove that first. One thing I do want to say, after removing the plastic piece inside the machine here, before you put the continuous ink system in, you always want to put the original cartridges in. So if this is a new machine, brand new out of the box like we had, put the cartridges in, go through the whole setup. The print head needs to be calibrated. So you got to use those cartridges first. You don't have to use them all up, but just use them because the machine needs to set everything up. After everything is set up, you've tried all the features on it, everything is working great, go ahead and remove the cartridges, and we're going to go ahead with the install, and I'm going to show you how to put the continuous ink system in. But I forgot to say that in the first part of the video. You need to use the setup cartridges first prior to be putting in the continuous ink system. Now if it's an older machine, like you had cartridges in there and you decided to buy the continuous ink system, you know, just take them out like normally, and then you just follow the install like we're going to do here. But it's very important that you do that first. Okay, after removing that black piece of plastic, what I've done is I've moved the print head over to the center here. Now I'm going to show you how to do that because it's already kind of like already over. But normally this is going to be, after you remove the cartridges, you shut the lid and everything, it's going to go to the resting spot over here to the right. Now we want to go ahead and put the continuous ink system in. Can't move that over because it's going to be locked. So the trick is, like we tell you in the instructions, you're going to power up the machine. There's two ways you can do this. I'm going to show you this way first, because it will not move and you do not want to pull that over when the machine is powered up. Okay, so now the machine's coming on. You hear it jumping around in there. Give it a second or two and then go ahead and pull the power. What that's going to do is it's going to unlock the print head down there, and you're going to be able to move this freely. Like I said before, you never want to put this, you never want to move this when the machine is powered on. So if you took your cartridges out, you know, you don't want to do that. Alright, so now what you're going to do is just move the cartridges, move the print head over to the center. Now this is one of the hose clips. This is called a T-bracket. It's already in there, but we're just going to pretend it's not there. So now here's your continuous ink system. This is your first time putting one in. Couple of things. When you first get it, you take the packaging off it. We tell you to lay these bottles down. Just balance it out just for a second or two. I got my air plugs open here. But you're just going to lay it down, set it back up, and now you're ready to go. Here's a continuous ink system right here. And then what we're going to do is just going to slide them in there just like, I just pull this out of the way, just like you normally would a set of cartridges. So now just slide them in there, just like you're putting cartridges in, like I said. You want to hear that click. Now, I'll be honest with you, the tough one to get in there is the black cartridge. Sometimes it likes to kick to the right, and it's a difficulty. But just make sure you line it up. It'll go in, you'll hear that click noise, then you're all set. Okay, so the next thing, what we discussed before, is you want to get that right hose travel. That's why we unpowered it, so we can move it. So you're going to drive this all the way to the left. And what I do is I actually just hook up, you'll put the T-bracket on obviously, and then you're just going to put your hose here for a minute and hang it. Take your hand, drive it all the way back to the right, just like that. Make sure you have enough slack in there. I think that's good, but you can check it in a minute. Then you'll take your other hose clip. I just stuck mine about right there and run it out to the side. Clip it on. You'll be able to shut your lid like this. There's a little indentation, little groove cut out right there. It's not going to hurt the hose or pinch it or anything. And then the last one I usually put right here. Couple of things now. Everything's installed. You want to go ahead and open up all your air plugs. Do not forget to do that, because what's going to happen is if you forget, you're going to crank up the machine, go to do a bunch of prints, it's going to start missing, you're going to lose all your colors, and then it's going to basically suffocate the ink system. You're not getting any ink flow. So then you have to prime it up, do a lot of cleanings. So to avoid that, remember, keep these open at all times when you're printing. Next thing is, keep this at the same level as the printer here. You want to keep it the same level, not higher or not lower. The reason is if you raise this up even for a couple of seconds, head pressure will build up, and then it's going to flood your printer. Actually, it'll just build up and you'll have a bunch of ink in there. So you don't want to do that. Okay, so now everything's all set to go. We're going to go ahead and plug the machine back in. You're going to get a couple of little error codes saying that you unplugged it properly and all that type of stuff. It's okay. We're going to go ahead and turn it on. Give it a minute here. Again, making sure all of those small air plugs are open. That's just what we've had in there previously that was loaded in the queue. That's normal. Yeah, see, it'll say power was not turned off correctly. Just say okay, no problem. And there you go. It's all set. A few things on the machine itself. Like if you're going to do a photocopy and all that type of thing, you know, it doesn't matter about the settings. But when you're doing your general printing or just in any time you're printing, we like to recommend that you keep it on high. So when you go into your printer properties and stuff, keep that on high. There's a couple of reasons why. It keeps the printhead cool, keeps all the nozzles open, and it just keeps the ink flow a lot better because it is a pigmented ink, and that is a particle ink, which makes it waterproof. But also you just want to keep that thing flowing with all the nozzles. If you skimp, try to keep it on like standard or draft for a long period of time, you're going to burn up your printhead, and that would happen regardless if you had a continuous ink system or not. So just keep that on high when you're running the machine. Let's see here. We can do just a quick copy just to show you here. Let's do a color copy. Quick thing also, you notice all your ink colors, they're going to be full. Your ink indicator right there, they're going to go up and down. They're going to be meaningless, moving forward. Your true ink levels are going to be your ink bottles, because right now it doesn't know that there's a continuous ink sitting there with a lot of ink, so it's going to go up and down, up and down. Just pay no mind to it. Keep an eye on your ink bottles. Never let them go totally run out of ink, because then you'll have to watch the other video that we have. You'll be priming up your system, so you don't want to do that. Just keep them filled. When it gets down to about an inch from the bottom, go ahead and replenish the bottles, and you'll be fine. It's right now the machine is priming up the continuous ink system. Takes like a minute or two. And also I just put a function. I put color copy. So make sure you got paper in your tray. Okay, after it's primed up, it's starting to do its copy here, color copy. But that's pretty much it, and like I said, for all the other instructions, everything, make sure you follow your current paper instructions because those are the latest. This just gives you an idea how to set everything up. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, you can email us at inkproducts@hotmail.com. Thank you.